Okay, so anyway, we're going to be talking about the Bushcraft Essentials Bushbox LF. I went out in the woods, I had a really good time with it. You know, I didn't feel like when I was cooking with it that I was actually feeding a small stove. I am used to using a larger stove of this version. I don't want to lose my trivets. So here is, hey Augustine, what's up, man? So here is the stove. This is the XL. In comparison with the LF. Okay, there you go. So that being said, I went out, I just did a video recently on it. If you guys have not seen the video that I've done the LF, for the people on YouTube, I will put a link to that video in the description. For you guys in Stoveaholics, just scroll back through the history and you should see that in the group. So I was asked numerous times, have I tried this stove with an alcohol burner? Have I done it with a Trangia burner or an Evernew burner or anything like that? And I have finally. I have now. I'm seeing if I can't get any comments still in Stove Talk, so I'm going to see if I can at least pick up the live feed, which I cannot do that either, so that kind of sucks. Oh, there we go. Maybe I can. So maybe I can see the comments as they're coming across down here, because I have to turn my own volume down. Maybe I can. So maybe. Alright, so there's going to be a little bit of delay. If you guys ask me a question up on there, looks like I'll probably be able to answer it now, hopefully. So, at any rate, let's get back to this. I went a couple days without being able to kind of sit down and mess around with the stove at all. But in that time period, I was asked numerous times if I'd used an alcohol burner or a Trangia burner for this, or like the Evernew clone that I have, and the answer is no, I had not used it. There were some conversations that were going on in the different groups about how well it would work with a Trangia burner, like the Bushbox XL that has the slats on the side where you can actually put your trivets through. So tonight, Keegan and I came down into the shop and we started fooling around with the stove a little bit, and we decided to do a bit of a boil test. And in our boil test, we did the Bushbox XL and we did the Bushbox LF, and we did them with 10 ounces of water in one of these little beautiful cups right here. Actually, I have 3 of them, so we used 3 different cups for 3 different tests. And the first one was in the XL. Hey Paul, how's it going, man? The first one was on the XL, and the time, believe it or not, for 10 ounces of water to boil in the XL with the slats for the Trangia burner hookup was 7 minutes and 33 seconds. So we thought, well, in the distance between the top of the burner on the Trangia to the bottom of the pot was 7/8 of an inch. Okay, it was 1/8 of an inch short of being 1 inch, which is the 1 inch sweet spot. So, like I said, 7 minutes and 33 seconds on the XL. So then what we did was we went ahead and we got this stove. Now once you put the grill plate in down here, okay, it literally just is just like the XL. I'll show you here. I get my fingers in there. It just kind of pops down in here into little squares and goes down that groove. Woot woot. The LF, yeah, it's been a great little stove. So here's the thing. Detlef said that he on his next version that he would add the slots for the Trangia. I don't think that that's really necessary, because from the burner, okay, here's my Trangia burner. From the burner to the trivet, okay, when I put the trivet in there, it's 1 inch. It has that 1 inch sweet spot, which is really cool. So it's not needed. So here's the best thing about that. The boil time on the LF, okay, was 6 minutes and 25 seconds. It probably was a little sooner. Now here's the thing, first of all, I didn't do until a boil temp. I did to a rolling boil with 10 ounces. Why 10 ounces? Because that's just what I poured in the first cup, so I just kind of kept it going. So then, after Keegan and I had done this, we kind of had fun doing it. So we decided to use the Evernew clone that I have. We threw the Evernew clone in there. I had a little bit of alcohol left in it still. And believe it or not, the Evernew clone got 5 minutes and 47 seconds. Probably a little bit sooner than that to begin with. But here's the thing. The Evernew has a dual burner. This is the clone, so it doesn't have the insulation on the inside. It took about 1.5 minutes for this stove to prime. It does take a little while longer to prime. But once it was going, man, it was going. I did do a video on that, so the video will be coming up probably in a couple days once I'm able to get some time to edit it. I just did it right here with my son Keegan. We were kind of fooling around with the stoves, and that made us happy. So I just wiped a bunch of soot on my face, didn't I? So it made us happy. But anyway, I went and used the, did I get it all off of me? Okay, I went out and I used the LF in the woods, and I decided to do a traditional German meal. I did Spätzle, and those are German dumpling, and I did some brats. So going out in the woods and doing that and using it with the stove was extremely enjoyable. Alright, it really was, because in my video I had even mentioned I honestly did not notice the difference between feeding a stove this size versus feeding a stove this size as the XL. Okay, so you can clearly tell that there's a big size difference. Okay, what's up, Maynard? You can clearly tell that there's a size difference. Operation wise, I really didn't notice. I felt like I had good control. I felt like I had a really wide cooking platform still. It was just eating the wood up like no other. I enjoyed it. I really did. And you know, here comes the question again. People ask me all the time, because I have lots of stoves, what's my favorite stove? What's your favorite stove? Whatever stove I'm using at that point. That's whatever stove I'm using. That's my favorite stove. I don't know. I dig them all. So I don't know if maybe that'll ever stop the questions. Probably not, but that's cool. So anyway, well, I keep getting that snagged on me. I really have enjoyed using the LF. Now that I can honestly say I've used the Trangia burner and I've used the Evernew clone burner, I don't think that there needs to be the slats put in there. Oh, dang it, I was going to show you the slats. For those of you who may or may not have the XL, the slats are here on the sides. Okay. What you do is you just stick your trivets in there, and they're perfectly spaced, so the Trangia or whatever burner you're using at the time will go right in there. I'll show you here. So you just take your trivets and stick them in here. Like that. And stick your burner in here. See here, Paul asked me if I have any other models of the Solo stove other than the original one. Paul, I do not. I actually looked at getting the Titan Solo stove, But I'm going to be doing a solo stove and a Silver Fire Scout stove kind of against each other, because they're both top light updraft stoves. So I have not bought any others than the original, than the 900 style series. I looked at the Titan. I even looked at the one that you have. You have Paul Blukema. You have the Campfire as well. I remember seeing the video on that. But nope, I don't have any others besides that. I may get one in due time, because Lord knows I think I need to have every single stove ever made. But anyway, so that's how the Trangia fits in here, or whatever stove burner you're going to use. So let me take you guys back a little bit to earlier in the week when I used the LF. If you've used an XL, if you use the Bushbox XL, you're going to be completely familiar with this stove. You're not going to be finding yourself thinking, oh, I wish I would have got a bigger stove, or oh, I wish I would have got a smaller stove. Like I said in my video before, I really think that the LF has the Goldilocks syndrome. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's just right. If I can go into the woods and make dumplings and brats, and then I can brew some tea, and see here, I also went out again and I made breakfast, and I ended up doing toast on it. Slices of bread, once you have coals in here, fit perfectly over the top of that. You just set them on top there just for a moment, and it just instantly toasts them. So yeah, I've been extremely impressed with the LF, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to continue, or discontinue using any of the other stoves. I know that this is problematic for some people. They don't want to do this. They don't want to open up a stove and have this. Okay? They don't want to have this. They don't want to have all these parts and all these pieces, and throw them all out on the ground, and next thing you know, you're doing this. Now, this isn't a bad stove. This isn't a hard stove to put together either, but here you're doing this, and you're snapping them together, and then you're like, okay, so the amount of time that I just did this right here. Oh, I forgot I gotta take that plate out. It's the same thing. This sets up, this is new, so it's still a little rigid, but once it gets a little more broken in, I'll be able to open it up, give it a shake, and oh, it is together. So, speed, the size is a little bit larger. I think the price point is pretty good on it. But I like them all. I'll continue buying stoves as well that I have to piece together, because that's just what I do. But I was extremely satisfied with using the LF. I really was, because I didn't see any issues going into using it. I was able to, I took all the stoves out into the woods with me, and just kind of showed all of them a little bit, kind of in a joking way, but also in a way to say, hey, this is why this stove is this size, because there's literally, the EDC, the Ultralight, the Bushbox, the XL. This fills the void. They were calling it the missing link. Lots of channels called it the missing link who've previewed the stove. I think it just has the Goldilocks syndrome. The missing link. I don't know. That's just, I don't know. Not my thing. That's cool. Whatever. But yeah, it's very innovative. Very innovative. So I do have about 3 other stoves that I'm going to be going over and talking about. So I'm really interested in those, and I'll let you guys know what they are now to kind of give you a little bit of a heads up. Well, I'll let you know what 2 of them are right now. One of them that I'm going to be looking at is going to be the Silverfire Scout stove, but I'm going to be using the Mini Dragon 2-liter pot. And another stove, this is not very familiar to a lot of people, but it's called the Hot Ash stove. It is a packable, foldable, lightweight stainless steel rocket stove. So I'm kind of excited about using that one. But honestly, I don't really have much to say about the stove for Stove Talk, other than really running it, the LF, through its paces on the alcohol, because that's something that I hadn't done. As far as using a solid fuel plate on it, or solid fuel on it, I'm pretty sure that if you wanted to run like an Esbit tablet or a hexamine tab, that you would just end up doing the same thing that you did with the Trangia. You just drop your little tablet right down on the inside there. It's just compact. Hot Ash stove, that's a new one on me. Looking forward to it. Check out Hot Ash Stove on Instagram. They've been out for about a year now, but they really haven't kind of gone out yet. So I really want to show everybody, especially Stoveaholics and people who enjoy stoves, this stove, because I know a lot of you guys out there like the rocket stoves. The concept of having a packable rocket stove that's lightweight, that's awesome. So I talked to Hot Ash today, and they're sending the stove out to me, which is really cool. And I'll have the other. Looks like I'm trimming, trying to reconnect. Consider moving. This is what stinks about doing a live feed video. So we're gonna let that. I know I got a good signal. Okay. My connection is weak apparently. So anyway, and I talked to the guys over at Silverfire about trying another stove. Mainly my biggest thing is I want to be able to show the community out there other stove options that are out there, and that there's kind of a stove out there that's going to fit everybody's needs. It's just a matter of finding that stove. So sorry about the connection, guys. Yeah, it kind of is what it is, but I'll be posting this video up anyway for the folks that kind of cut out on. Apologies about that, and I'll just let it roll with the other camera. So here, checked it out on Instagram, $100 US. Ouch, serious investment. It's $119 in the US right now. It's on sale. It was $150, man. So yeah, it is kind of an investment, but fortunately, I don't do much else other than stoves and hiking and camping. So anyway, everybody, thanks once again for coming along with me on YouTube or in Stoveaholics. I really appreciate it. The folks over on YouTube, if you are not a member of Stoveaholics, we are a Facebook group, and we are Stove Junkies. So come check us out. And you guys are Stoveaholics, as always. Thanks for coming along with me. I know I did this video a day early, but tomorrow night is date night with my wife, so I may be doing videos on Mondays instead of Tuesdays, and I'll be able to post them to YouTube by Tuesday. So everybody, thank you very much for coming along, and we'll see you guys all in the next one. Take care.